Hey, welcome back to Mount Pleasant Farm. And today we're going to build the doors finally for the old barn that we've been restoring over the last couple of years. It's only been, I don't know, 2 years since we kind of finished the barn, but we still need doors, still need a loft. So today I'm going to start working on these doors. Check it out. So here we are on the bright, sunshiny May 25th day here. We're going to work on getting this gap closed today. It's going to take me 16 1x10s, just judging by the row above it. I'm going to get those down out of the loft now. We'll start cutting these to a measure already 79 inches each. Of course, nothing is accessible the way you want it to be. So there's going to be some crap on top of everything. That's why I need to finish this barn and loft. Solve some storage problems. Half the door. Okay. 79 inches. Get your safety glasses. Ding dong. Let's give it a shot here. Good. It's going to be about a half inch at the bottom. Bring up a half inch. Right about there. Exactly what I'm looking for. Cut 7 more, 79 inches. There's that. Okay, so theoretically, there's my barn door in place. Obviously I need to lay them down, and the reason there's a gap is because my hope is that there's a 1/2 inch roughly, it's a barn door, 1/2 inch roughly on the bottom and roughly on the top. So I'm going to get these things tied together with a couple of the upper and lower trim. Then I'm going to kind of shim that door in place. Then I'll put my cross trim on there at that angle so nothing shifts, and then I'll get it all squared away, you know, fully put together. And when it's shimmed in place and all that, I'm going to put the hinges on, theoretically. Okay, so I got my door boards here laid out. I've got one of the trim pieces laid across the top to make sure this is all square and even at the top. Now I'm going to cut that trim piece, the distance, the width here, which I think was 76, but I'll double check that. So then I'll take that off, I'll lay it in place, I'll screw that in place along the top. I'll do the same thing on the bottom, and that door will be at least partially assembled, but it should be able to, you know, if I put basically one fastener in each one of those panels, I should be able to slightly adjust that door some as far as left and right elevation once I get it in the socket there, shimmed in place and all that, before I actually put the, you know, the angled, you know, cross member in to go up this way. We'll see how this works out. All right, let's pop a few brads in here to get this thing kind of held in place when anything crazy happens. Okay, that should keep it in place. We'll get the other piece of bottom strap on, and we'll see how sturdy it is with just some brads in there. Probably fall apart. This bottom one all lined up, cut, measured, all that jazz. Okay, got these tacked on with some screws and some brads, and I'm gonna go ahead and see this, check this door, see how this works. Hope it doesn't fall apart. Need to be super heavy. definitely heavy. My God. If you ever do this, make sure you got a friend come help you. Stay. So this, of course, is going to raise up some. It's not going to be sitting on the concrete. It's going to be up against that lip, though. We can take some of that gap out up here. We'll get this thing lifted up in place. We'll get some shims in it. And once it's squared away and straight, I'll get a cross brace on it and get hinges up and all that. So, not bad. Not bad. Just a barn, right? All right, so I've got shims in place on the bottom. See the shims over there, my shims over here. I've got it held up by a post here, and there's a little gap on top. I mean, that's just the way I cut the damn siding earlier on. So, I mean, again, it's a barn. It's not supposed to be like airtight. So anyway, I take this, check it for level, and it's good. Right on the money. So what I'm going to do is make sure this door is solid in place. I might try to tap it over to the right just a bit. There's a bit more of a gap there, but the door is, you know, it's level. So I'm tempted to just leave it, get the hinges in place, and then of course get the cross brace in. And then I'll get actual screws. I've only got like 6 real screws in. This is mostly just together with the brads, 1.5 brads on the nail gun. So obviously I want to get something stronger there because this door is super heavy, and I got some badass hinges for it, so that's a good thing. I think it's time for lunch. All right, sunlight's a little bit better now. I ate lunch after I had shimmed this door kind of in place where I wanted it. I've got the just now cut this cross member here, which I like how that turned out. I'm gonna go ahead and tack that in place with the brads, and then that'll give me some time to use the screws. And I'm gonna go ahead and I had to go buy screws too. I didn't have the right size, so I'm gonna get this thing in place, and then I'm gonna reinforce a little bit on the back side for the hinges, and then we're gonna put some hinges on. Hopefully this will go as planned. Just kind of, you know, going as usual by the seat of my pants. And let me back up here. Besides the 4x4 kind of holding things up, I think the door looks good. I'm gonna do the other one same size. My theory, people are always talking about what way do you put the angle of the board on the door to support it. So my thought is that when you put the outside up, because you know the weight's being supported over here by the hinges, and to keep the door from sagging, my thought is if it's up like that, it might be doing a better job of keeping it from sagging. I don't know. The way I'm holding the camera makes everything look crooked anyway. So, but yeah, I like how it turned out. Of course, the the trim will be white and the door will be red like the rest of the barn. Eventually the corners will be trimmed, all to match the big barn here. So yeah, it's going okay. It's going slow. This is taking me, like, it seems like forever, but I'm gonna go ahead and tack this thing in place so I can get some screws going and get some hinges on. Okie doke. Okay, time of truth, all the screws are in, hinges are on, just minus 2 hinge bolts that I gotta get once the door's open. Get these shims out of here. How does it work? All right? Look okay? Mm-hmm. If y'all can see this, but put some reinforcing boards here to be on the back side of those hinges. And now that I've got the doors open, I'll put the last 2 hinge screws in because I didn't want to screw the door to the jamb. But aside from that, seems like good to go. Okay, so with that door pretty much done there, aside from a couple pieces of trim, just swept out the barn again and cut 8 more planks. I'm going to go ahead and set them up just like last time, right there on the nice level concrete, and start putting it together just like I did the last one. We're getting close to being done. Got this stuff all in place here. Getting ready to get the cross member clamped in place and obviously cut. I'm getting ready to brad that in place, and then I'll go ahead and use screws. Okay, so this is pretty much the finished product. Got a gap here, about 1 inch or so, 1.25 inches. Behind this door here, there'll be an extra board that comes out behind. So this right-hand door will basically close on top of the left-hand door. Then of course I'll have latches on the inside to keep everything tight and secure. That brick's just there holding together and pretty much finished for the night. I can get hardware and stuff on later, but that's pretty much the ins and outs of it. So, you know, I work pretty slow, so if this took, I don't know, I'd say all day, 6 to 8 hours. But this is these doors are super heavy. You know, trying to build them, trying to, you know, cut them all the length, square the boards off. It takes some time, so pretty much done now. All this trim will be white. There'll also be trim coming down each edge here on both sides. I just haven't got that far yet, obviously. So it'll be the vertical trim. All the trim will be white, and the doors will be the same color red as the barn. And eventually we'll put corner trim on the barn and all that. So something I didn't show you guys here. I want to show you the back side of what I did with these hinges. Because these doors are super heavy, I got these, you know, big ass heavy duty hinges, which I'll paint black. I couldn't find any black wrought iron ones, which I thought would be the coolest. I used 1.5 inch screws that were pretty good size, but I put some backer boards back here so they had something else to bite into. So I took 6 regular decking screws and screwed those to the back of the area where those hinges are. So those hinges would have more to bite into. So I put longer screws in just for strength. And I also reinforced this sidewall here, put extra 4x4s top and bottom just so it has stuff to bite into, because these doors are damn heavy. I was you know, I knew they were going to be heavy, but I was really surprised at how heavy they were. So I got the same thing going on the other side. So just wanted you to see the back side. I didn't show you what I was doing in here when I did all that, but just trying to reinforce stuff so it held solid. And then I don't know if you're going to see it. So I'm going to close this up. Babe, can you push this closed, please? I'm going to close this door up here. It's going to be dark in here. You might be able to see it, but you can still, yeah, you can still see it. So I put those backer boards in so they back right up to the edge of the jamb, just so it maybe give it a little stability side by side. Okay, but that's the long and short of it. Got them all done finally. I mean, they're not done. I need to put hardware on, and like I said, I want to put some drop locks up here, top and bottom, so you can latch them at the top, and I'll sink some holes in the concrete with a bushing and put them on the bottom as well, because I've always liked to be able to, you know, secure doors in place. And this left-hand door will be the one that's got the strip on the back, you know, so you're not seeing that gap in the doors when I close them up. So there'll be a strip back there, so you can't see that gap. And then, like I said, those things will have some drop locks, top and bottom, so I can lock these things up really well. And I'm probably going to have I've already bought outside hardware as well for right here. It's just a nice latch. So when this left-hand door is constantly closed, and if it's latched, the right-hand one can just basically latch to the door that's solid, if that makes any sense. But anyway, that's it. I don't know what number restoration video this is for the barn, but this is another barn restoration video. I'll do another video when I finish it up. And don't forget, I still need to do the loft door. I still got to get that finished up, and it's going to look just like these, except it's a single swing. It's going to swing out to the right, just like that right-hand door. So the hinges will be on the right-hand side, and we've got those in the barn. So that'll be in the next project, is finishing the trim on these doors, which is just cutting 4 boards and getting them in place. And then we'll get to work on that loft door. So we'll match these down here. It's going to look great. So anyway, I appreciate y'all watching this long ass video on these barn doors. I hope you learned something, or I hope you just enjoyed me learning something. More barn videos to come, more hunting videos in the fall. We've got trapping coming. There's always something going on here. So please like, please subscribe, please share with your friends, and as always, keep getting after it.